Alrighty, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Stealth and Steel Outdoors. My name is Grant, and today I'm going to be giving my long-term review of this Kifaru backpack that I have here. Now, before we get too far down this rabbit hole, this backpack was very expensive. At the time, I had actually started working in a factory at nights for a couple of weeks to be able to afford this bag because at the time that I bought it, it was about $1,000 to get it to my doorstep. So, this is considered to be a professional grade hunting backpacking backpack, okay, and that stuff typically is going to run a little bit more expensive. And the best example that I have for that is you can buy a red dot on eBay for 99 bucks, or you can buy Trijicon RMR, SRO, Acro, any of the higher end stuff that are considered duty optics. That's kind of the difference that we're talking about today. This is going to be considered more like your duty style of hunting backpack. So without further ado, we're going to jump on right into this. Okay, so the bag that I have here is the Kifaru 44 mag on the Kifaru duplex light frame. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I decided to go with this bag. The first thing is I actually have aspirations on going on elk hunts, mule deer hunts, maybe a sheep hunt or a grizzly bear hunt, and this is going to be the style of bag and the quality of bag that the guides and the outfitters are going to recommend that you get. And if you don't have something like this, or something like this in particular, they're not going to let you come. Okay, because there's not a single outfitter out there that wants to carry someone else's stuff when they're already carrying all the stuff they need to get by anyway. But this bag is extremely versatile, and that's what we're going to talk about right now, because as you can see right now, even though this bag has been used on overnight backpacking trips, overnight backpack hunting trips, it is now configured out to be as if I was going to be going in the woods hunting out of a saddle. So it is a very versatile bag, and it does give you a lot more capabilities because of how comfortable this is and how durable the bag is, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. But right now we're just going to go over all the features on this bag. So like I said, this is kitted out right now to go with me if I was going to be saddle hunting. So this bag has 6 straps on the front of it, and I use 2 of them to put my platform onto there. So we'll just go ahead and we'll set this down here. You have 2 additional straps at the top of here by these lid pockets, and you do have a front lid pocket. Then there is a slightly bigger lid pocket here into the top, and then in the very back is where you open to get into your main bag. You have a netting pocket up here that also has a zipper on it. There is a pack in here. I don't know what this is used for, but typically I use it for my first aid kit. And then you have another open netted pocket down here a little bit farther in the bag itself. You have 2 more straps down here that you could use to hook something onto your bag, as well as 2 additional straps that I have that are on the bottom of the bag that I'm using to haul around my climbing sticks. Also, on this bag, you have 2 side pockets. Typically, what I'm putting in this is like food, water, stuff that I can easily get in and out of my bag and stuff that I'm using all of the time. On the side here, and actually on both sides, you have a place to run your water bladder out if you choose to run one of those, and you also have a pouch on the inside for that as well. Alright, so now moving to the frame part of the bag. This is an external frame backpack, so typically these kind of backpacks are going to be a little bit more expensive in and of themselves. But as you can see, you have a waist belt here with molly webbing on the side. As you can see there, you might be able to see, but I have another magazine holder for my pistol. I also forgot to mention this, there's molly webbing all on the front of this bag as well. Like I said, as well as the waist belt. The buckle on the waist belt itself are very thick plastic. I don't know exactly what they're made out of, but they are extremely durable, and I've never had an issue with them clipping. Here are basically like your load lifters right here, and then you have your regular backpacking straps. These load lifters are a huge help, and I have had well over 100 pounds on my back, and these load lifters have absolutely saved my shoulders, my trap, my back, because when you use your load lifters and you really utilize this lumbar pad, which is extremely comfortable by the way, you really can set the weight on your hips, and it makes it more comfortable when you're going uphill and especially when you're going downhill. And just being able to shift the weight from like my hips to my shoulders whenever my hips get tired, my legs get tired, to my shoulders to carry more of it on my back, it really makes it easier getting up and down the mountain and through the woods. Okay, and the next thing that I wanted to talk about was what kind of bag this is. So when you are looking into some of these, higher end backpacking bags, you're really going to have 2 options. You are going to have a synthetic bag, which the Kifaru is, or you're going to have a down bag. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't see a reason why you would choose a down bag over a synthetic bag. And with my experience with this Kifaru and all the other experiences that I've had with synthetic bags, I just don't understand why you would choose that. But in my opinion, This is probably the most durable and comfortable synthetic bag that I've ever tried and I've ever used for an extended period of time. Okay, because in the backpacking world, you really have three options. Okay, you can have it lightweight, you can have it durable, or you can have it comfortable. And rule of thumb is to pick two of them. Well, I decided to go with the Kifaru mainly because it is the most durable bag on the market and is the most comfortable bag on the market, because I looked at it pretty rationally. It doesn't really matter how much weight that I have, because I'm either taking in what I need or I'm bringing out what I've gotten. So the weight to me doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is the comfortability and the durability of a backpack, because if it's uncomfortable, well, you're not going to carry it, too long. And if it's not durable and it's falling apart on you in the woods, well, then you're not really carrying your stuff either. So in my eyes, it only made sense to go with a bag that I thought was going to be the most durable and the most comfortable on the market. Now, another huge caveat into comfortability is getting the pack frame and the pack itself to be measured correctly so that it actually fits you when it shows up onto your door. And that is a service that I didn't get with any other backpacking company that I worked with other than Kifaru. I DM'd a guy on Instagram. It was his Aaron Snyder. I DM'd him on Instagram. He got me on the phone. We got the measurements and everything. And, that day I ordered the backpack, and about 2 weeks later, it showed up. It fit perfectly fine, and that was about 5 years ago. Okay, and this bag is still in as good of a shape as the day that I got it. Okay, I haven't broken a buckle. I haven't busted a seam, not a stitch. I haven't poked any, I wouldn't say, severe holes into the bag itself. There is one hole into the bag that I did put into it, and that is because my skinning knife actually came out of my sheath when I was packing out an animal, and I got a little nick up there at the top. But other than that, this pack has stayed together, has stood the test of time, and I've used it for 5 years. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Okay, it's not like this thing just came off of the FedEx truck and the tailpipe's still hot. I have used this, and what I can say is that when I was in the market of buying a new backpack, the main reason is because I never had one that had the capacity to help me, bring in and out my camera equipment. And I was always busting stitches, breaking buckles, the zippers were breaking, they were coming either unsewn or completely undone, and I was at the point where I could either save my money and buy a Kifaru, or I could buy two crappier backpacks. Well, I decided to buy the Kifaru, and I haven't had to buy another backpack in the last 5 years. Okay, and I've actually only added to my Kifaru arsenal because one pack really can't do it all, and I haven't really had any desire to buy any other backpack because I haven't had as good of a luck with the other brands on the market as I've had with the Kifaru. Now, it always hasn't been sunshine and rainbows with this backpack. In particularly, it is the hardest thing to wash. And, being a whitetail hunter and everything, I wash every single thing that I take into the woods with me. All the way down to socks, underwear, you name it, I'm washing it. And scent-free stuff, I'm letting it hang out. And, I'm really self-conscious about scent control and everything because I'm predominantly hunt whitetails. Well, this bag has to be completely taken apart, and it has to be washed basically in two parts if you're trying to get it into the same load of laundry. And that is really the only obstacle that I've really run into. And then putting it back together is always kind of a pain. I got to watch a YouTube video, but for how comfortable and how durable this bag is, that is an easy overlook, something I can easily overlook, because this bag literally hasn't failed me a single time. And there have been a couple of times to where I've been carrying multiple pieces of my gear because my backpack fell apart onto me, and that is something that is absolutely awful, and I really hope doesn't happen to anybody. But I have not had that experience with a Kifaru. But that is all that I have for you guys this evening, and I know I didn't mention this earlier, but nobody's paying me to make this video, okay? Kifaru's not paying me, nothing like this. I've used this bag for 5 years, and it has saved me money every single year to go towards either new hunts, different states, gas, instead of spending more and more of my money on products that just aren't going to last. And, I'm trying to save you guys a little bit of money. It does take a little bit more of an investment to get into a bag like this. They do have other bags that I have that I'm going to be doing reviews on and stuff like that are a little bit more affordable than this one is. But if you have any aspirations on going to Alaska, BC, going on a moose hunt, elk hunt, ranch, sheep hunt, bear hunt, whatever it is, this is going to be the bag that is going to be recommended, that the guides and outfitters recommend that you get. And so I just made that investment a little bit earlier on, and I've been paying dividends from it since. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I hope you all have a good one.